All righty. All right, so let me see if I know I got rid of something. I had the layouts. But I was very interesting with Baba Malik today.
Oh yeah.
I should, yeah, I should have done my studying. I gotta be like Oprah, know my stuff about my person.
Oh yeah.
I think I was somewhat dependent on Mama Razia, because I know that she knows them really good. So
Right.
I really think, oh shoot, I had laid it out, the drawing of the Northwest Activity Center. But anyway, basically there's the theater, Paul Robeson Theater is what they call it. And then they have the ballroom. Okay, let me get this. Let me go back over here. Here we go. So they have the ballroom, and then they have a room to the side, which at this point is a smaller room, like a classroom. It has computers in there, but she said that they'll be gone by that time. And then they have a room where the sports and stuff is down the hall. Okay, so those
Okay,
are the rooms.
can you update me a little bit? Because I thought we were gonna be in Livonia somewhere. Now we moving. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. When we went out, it was funny because we went out to the what's the name of the place?
The Embassy Suites.
Embassy Suites. So number one, I was talking to the wrong, I thought I was talking to the one that is in Livonia. Find out,
Okay.
I was talking to the one that was out in way out, well, anyway, it was way out 75.
Okay.
So we
Auburn,
get to what Auburn Hills, yeah.
Auburn Hill.
And then we get down there. when we walked in, it was Bridget, Juanita, and myself. We walked in and we saw the one in Livonia, and all of our faces like dropped because
Okay.
it was, yeah, it was, we thought we was not in Livonia, that we was in a ghetto somewhere, you know.
Oh,
So
goodness.
come to find out it was the wrong one, so that was good. And then they was already booked, so that was even better. And then so then we went down to the Pontchartrain, which was really nice, right? But
Okay.
but the price was not really user friendly, though we were going to make it work. And then we ended up at the I thought about the Northwest Activity Center.
Oh, okay.
The last time that I spoke with them, they were not booking yet, you know, from the COVID. But I thought I'd try, and bottom line, they are booking.
Okay.
And in that ours is not until May. It was even better because
Oh, yeah.
they are in the midst of changing hands. And having someone else to take over. But the sister that is booking right now, although she's not formally booking, she says she can't do business with me until January the 3rd when they open, because that's when the official thing is happening. And so they weren't doing any contracts, but they did put us down. They just can't actually do the contract yet. Now,
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
Mm-hmm. I know that was a long story, but I wanted you to go through what I went through, you know.
Yeah.
So, but the wonderful thing about it was that the sister who, Miss Carr is what her name is. She, you know, I called to talk to somebody. They said, you know, this is who you need to talk to. I couldn't get to her. And then I ended up talking to somebody else because I was just determined that I need to get him, I need to make a decision. And the bottom line is the lady called me back, another lady who is taking over, you know, what
Okay.
she does. She calls me back and hooks me up with the other lady. She goes in there, she tells her to call these people. We're having a women's conference. She, so Miss Carr is pregnant with working with women. All right.
Okay.
And is, you know, close to her 70s, and she just has been having such a time with you know, making that happen and stuff, you know.
Right.
So when I sat down and I gave her the flyer and was telling her about what we do and who Elizabeth is,
Right.
are, she just, her babies just started leaking all over. I'm telling you, it was phenomenal. So in other words, we have favor with them.
Okay.
She wants to have this as well, and they're going to give us a good price since we're taking 3 days, and so on and so forth. So she's really excited, and she's very politically hooked up.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, that might be a bonus for us too, huh?
That will be a bonus for definitely.
Yeah.
And so in walking through, so the theater carries, it holds 450 people.
Okay.
And the ballroom holds 250 people.
Mm.
Okay, so then there's a couple of small like classrooms that we can use, and we can also use the hallway.
Okay.
So we can put vendors in the hallway as well. So I don't know if you've ever been where they are using all that space, but we can use that as well. So what I've done is, and this is by no means final, you know, but I'm just in my vision, you know, what are we doing here? So you'll see that the blue is the theater, Friday and Saturday. Purple is the ballroom. Then there's that one other room right across from the ballroom, and then there's over where the sports is, there's a larger classroom, and that's what we'll be using. And then on Mother's Day, we will do something in the ballroom and the dinner. So there's like a dinner theater there. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So all right. So just for instance, okay, so let me tell you what else happened. Talk about all these perfect timings. Even today, I talked to somebody, no, that was yesterday. And when I called, they were, matter of fact, today too, I called, there's a Juneteenth in Atlanta is going to be massive, really, really big. And they're calling forth like the Guinness Book of Records of
Wow.
drummers.
Oh.
And they're circling like a lot of blocks of land and dancers and all of that. And they will be honoring the natural hair stylists. I will be one that will be honored. Baba Ari will be honored.
Oh, nice.
Lifetime achievement kind of stuff. But so that when I called him, he was in the midst of thinking about me, about to call me. And then today I needed to talk to Dr. Nicole, and she was in the midst of thinking about me. Okay, so
Okay,
it's like
okay.
that. It's been like that. So I bring that up because the Queen Afua, there that day, and some days before, I was thinking about Queen Afua. We have some history where she, 10 years ago, actually, when I got into that space, that's why I have the space that I have, is because we were working together. And
Oh.
and 10 years later, here we are. And we were talking about, well, maybe Queen Afua, maybe it's time, could we keep bringing her up and such? And right while we were talking, her name came across my phone.
Oh,
It was her son calling me.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really was. So anyway, so here we go. I'll do the welcome, tell them a little bit about what Elizabeth is about, and then Danielle will talk about her subject is posting for profits. So she will be setting forth how, everybody's going to be doing their stuff online, using their phone, how to use their phone to promote the event, all while it's going on, So we'll be talking about that, how you can make money using that, Now, and then I would love for, Malik to talk about what he's doing so that the community can get behind what he's doing. That was phenomenal. What he was, I never heard the whole story about it and all that. And Mama Razia hosts that.
Okay.
Yeah, hosts that. And then Queen Afua will talk about what she's doing. Her whole thing is that, your healing is in your kitchen.
Yes.
And she teaches that whole thing about, sacred woman, and they have a thing part for men, but we're focusing on the ladies. Anyway, and then that also sets her up for coming back. She wants to come back to Detroit and set up in my space and in the city.
Oh, wonderful.
So then we take a break, and then Mama Het will do, and I was thinking about Adrienne Roach, but I really want you to do, you may have something totally different, but we want to talk about understanding yourself. And I know you've had some good speakers on about really understanding yourself. And so that hour would be you and Lolly. I don't know if Lolly's come up with an idea. Have you, babe? Have you been, kind of thinking, get some ideas?
I have been. I know you mentioned about the youth. I was thinking I can definitely use that. I kind of want to talk about creative manifestation.
Okay, good. So speaking of the youth, we are going to combine. Our desire is that we have, like, I bring my granddaughter. I don't have a daughter, so I bring my granddaughter, so that we have or my daughter, so that we bring the younger people, the next generation or generations, to accompany what we're doing. All right. And then there's a young lady that Danielle, we went to her to create her creators summit, and she's all about business and young, people people period, but because of her age, it is directed more towards the younger people, Lolly's age, and that are opening their own business. So we want to have some things that are directed to everybody, but definitely that age, and about her success. And she had some really good speakers on her at her symposium and such. Then Dr. Nicole about the healing herbs, and she's up to something right now, making some teas and stuff. I can see why her and Mama Het are very good friends, because they're always studying and creating something else.
Right, right.
And then Ayaba and Hawa, and that we need somebody talking directly about culture and you know where they come from.
Yes.
So that would be that day. The next day, we would be doing a forum, like with all of us, like how we run our show, so we'd have different people, and basically us, and what do we do in the morning, and and just hit on different things. And then what happened right here? I don't know what happens right here. I don't have anybody, but and then okay, and then we're going to talk about finances right here. And this I have got is Rhonda or Omani. They talk about, how you think about money and all of that. So first we go in, we deal with the spiritually, we deal with what's going on in your mind towards money. And then Jacqueline is going to talk about the stewardship of finances. And then Ken is going to come in and how do you protect your money. That brother is bad. I'm telling y'all, I didn't heard him a few times. Yes, he is bad. And then that evening we'll talk about, so I probably won't have Omani up here if Rhonda does that clearing. And then Omani will do a clearing. So the clearing, because the objective is to bring forth the child of what they are pregnant with. So whatever business and idea, we want to get them to a whole nother level in regards to that. That's why, I want Heather to talk about, how you feeling about and understanding yourself, so that things, what's not working, you can release that, and what is working, you can enhance that, and what you don't have, you can bring that in. But you got to get rid of crap first. That's what we've been talking about, is making room for new growth, and the be it unto me, that and some people don't even know what they are pregnant with. They have no idea, and they are doing it all the time, but they won't name it. They can't name it yet. And I've been noticing Mama Het, that she'll go right to, when you was a kid, when you was a child, what did you used to do? And that theme has been coming up quite a bit. So we really want to get them where they are tapping into it, and then being unto me, which is when you get pregnant. That's when I got pregnant with Elizabeth. Dr. Miles said, "Be it unto me." I did not know what it was. I didn't have a name for it, but most of the time you don't have a name for it until it comes, until you be it unto me, that kind of thing. So yeah, so when we get to the end of that conference, then they are Omani will create that clearing. That clearing involves unforgiveness. That clearing involves doubt. That clearing involves unworthiness. All of that gets cleared, and then Danny brings in the birthing of the baby. So that can be emotional. That can be, we just be ready. So we're like the doula and all the different names that come with the birthing and the woman that's before she goes into the birthing, and then even after that. So then in the ballroom is where all the vendors are. All right. And then we have there's a room right across from the vendors, which, like I said, right now has computers in there, but it'll be empty by then. That's like a break room.
Okay.
Right next to the ballroom is a smaller room where the food vendors will be. So we're not providing food for people. We're not going to do the formal sit down dinner until on Mother's Day. But so there's that space, and in the vendors room there'll be space for people to sit down and grab food, sit down and eat it, and another room for people to take their food in that room right across the hall and eat their food, and so on and so forth. And then the room that's down the hall is where we start off with yoga. I would like for Nawili to do that yoga that morning, and Hawa, if she comes, to do yoga, to lead it. And then one morning we're using the bowls, the sound bowls with Edwana, and then at peace, if she would lead a vision meditation, being that she walks us through our business, whatever we're pregnant with, she's going to walk us through it, so we see it, so we hear it, so we taste it, so we feel it, and all of that. So more of a visual meditation, guided meditation. And then that room is the staff break room. And now we have the theater as well, and the theater has the dressing rooms. So that would be like our green room, and we would have food in there. So we're not being concerned with food. We would have food there in the green room for the staff and speakers. So on Mother's Day, okay, so their ticket covers those 2 days. I'm going to request that we are able to go in there on Thursday evening for 2 to 3 hours, just so that vendors can set up and pick the spot and stuff like that. And Bridget is going to be over the decorations, so she can get in there, and she'll need a team to work with her on setting up everything, putting everything in its place. Mother's Day, it's like dinner theater. And so on that one, we'll fix it so you can buy it with your ticket, but you can also, other people can come. That only hosts 250 people, so not all 400 people will, be able, we can't attach it to their ticket. They can buy it and bring their family or whoever until we sell out. And then we have the concert. Now, the concert is me and my husband's baby being born. We're going to set it out, show the people. That's what we're doing in the theater. And we know, and Lolly will be introducing or performing her original music as well. And right now I know that Danielle and Mama Het will be the main dancers performing in there. So because we have a theater, we actually can do a show, not just, the band comes out and blah, blah, blah. So that's where that is. Can y'all envision that? You got anything you want to add? Take away, questions?
Somebody had a question? I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Oh, great. All right, so let's go down here. That's cool. That's cool. Now, let's talk money. So I'm thinking that we would charge, I got here for 250 people, adults, and for the youth, 150 people. So, okay, so I am taking it all the way up to 400. Theater will hold 450 people. All right. So the cost would be 175 for the adults and 100 for the young people. That's going to bring us this amount right here, 43, blah, blah, blah. Now, what we do is so that everybody can make some money, any tickets that we individually are responsible for, you get 25, I get $25 for, as though this is my event, because it's our event. So you're not just, it literally is where we can all make money off of, from doing this. So you sell 100 tickets, you get what, 25 times 100, $2,500. Is that right? Yeah. All right. So then our vendors, we're figuring about 25 vendors at $150, and that's what that would be, $37.50. Our food vendors, about 4 different types of food vendors, that would be $800. Our merchandise, that's cup with 500 cups at $20 a piece. That's that price, 10,000, though we have to, pay for it. So the cups are $17.50 each, and then the more you buy, of course, it's less. And so there's where we make our profits from that. Sponsors, I'm going to figure that we could get up to 10,000 or more. That's what we're going for. And that would cover actually the cost of the theater and the cost of the ballroom adds up to $8,100. And she's going to work a good price for us because we are taking the whole weekend like that. So, and then Mother's Day, 250 people, cost is $75 a ticket, and then that's what we make. And then some of the expenses is that 81 for the Northwest Activity Center, the cups, anyway. So these are some of the expenses that we have, being the advertisement and promotion costs, the cups, the t-shirts, the decorations, the wristbands, the name badges, the raffle tickets, the insurance. We would buy water so people don't have to pay for that. The green room, so that would be food for the green room. Banners, the photographer, videographer, and we do, if you all know somebody who can do that, the AV team, because we will also be online streaming through Zoom at the same time. Okay, so I haven't figured out a price for people who attend that. Our host, the registration team, Mama Evelyn, I know I definitely want you on the forefront of that, the registration team, and room schedule, post, oh, you know how you put on the doors and stuff, we have to have that, what the timeline is and stuff like that, and the entertainment. So that's what I have so far. If you can think of anything else expense wise, let me put that down.
Yeah, that's the itinerary you're talking about. You know, run of show or the itinerary, that sheet that you're talking about. The scheduled times. I believe that's what it's called.
Yep. Where was that?
Well, when you were talking about, you know, what's happening at what
Oh, that's
time.
it. No, I was just looking for a room schedule. It's called what now?
I
Itinerary.
think it's itinerary or the run of show or something like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Woo! Big money, big money.
Yeah. So that's why, I want us all, you sell a ticket, get some money.
Yeah.
You get some money, that makes it work. And I'm not talking about no $5 and stuff. You get $25. You're responsible. And all of the other the potential for that each speaker that we have that we get paid, because when you look at this right here, that's a pretty good chunk of money. It actually, when you add it up, it actually comes to 50, 58, something like that. So, okay, I did not subtract that. So we have room for us that if you speaking, that the intent that you get $100 for speaking. Each speaker that runs that hour gets some money. That Mama Evelyn, that you get $100 for manning that spot. So we all get some money. Okay. We make it work. And then when they just buy a ticket and it's not connected to nobody, then it just goes into the Elizabeth Fund, so that we can change the dynamics of the work that we do to get ready for our shows. We work to get this. I know I'll be bugging y'all. And Danielle's coming in like a bear.
Right.
To get that but that's what it takes to be successful.
It does take that.
It takes all of that,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And that's going to really set us up for, what we're giving our sponsors is, one, we promote them on our shows. They will end up, having time on our show. They will also be on literature for our, for the event. They will be on our website with a connection to their website. And they get a vending spot, and so on and so forth. So that's how I see that. Now the vendors, we did I say what the vending price is?
Yeah, you did say that.
Yes.
150.
Yeah. And then not sure if we're going to have vendors during the Mother's Day thing, but we do have a vendor that it does massages. He has a truck. He or she, they have a truck, and they mobile massage.
Oh, okay.
And we've already asked them, can they set up on the outdoors in the parking lot? She said, oh yeah, I got the perfect spots for them. So that's what I do like about the Northwest Activity Center. They really want to they're really open to a lot of ideas, and they really want to make sure see this happening. And especially because as I was speaking with the sister, and I said, because I know you are in Elizabeth. I said, because I know I am. I know every time, ever since I've talked to you, your baby been leaping all over the place. And she's like almost in tears.
Oh,
almost in tears, you know, because she's been wanting to get with some women that have the same vision as we do. So we know we're going to get, you know, their help.
Queen, I was wondering, is the Northwest Activity Center Black owned? Or do we know?
I know it was.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone know? You know,
I do, because I know Wayne State, I mean, some of the colleges have classes there, but I'm not sure if they're Black owned or not. Not
yeah,
sure.
yeah, I know they were. So, and now the city class, they rent down in the basement and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And we
Yeah.
can find. So I wanted to ask a question about the vending. Is this 150 covering the 2 days of the 3?
So 75 a day.
Okay.
And we're not going to split it where they can just do one day. That's too confusing.
Gotcha.
Now, here's the other thing is that I'm hooked up with what they call Sezzle. And Sezzle, Danielle had told me about this, where a person can take my classes or even get their hair done, right? And they will pay for it. They'll give me my full amount. Say, let's say I have a 250 event. Well, let's just say this: a person wants to register for our thing. They can go through Sezzle. Sezzle will give us the full amount, and then they have 4 payments to pay for it.
Oh. So
Yeah.
it's an app you can get on your phone, or I mean, how can you hook up with Sezzle?
You know what? Oh, I'm not sure. I think that I know I have been approved. So
Okay.
you would come to me and then I say, you know, we have this program, if you can't pay for it right now. And then then they would fill out the application.
Oh, okay.
So that would be something that we can offer the people as well. I don't have that much. Well, you can do it like this. Any of those vendors can sign up for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's well, I'll get more information about it, but I am signed up under Everett so that can happen. So that's going to help.
So, when will we start selling tickets and everything?
As soon, because we're preparing everything now, as
Okay.
soon as one of the things is Danielle is working on the affiliate program so that each of you would have your own number. So we're not trying to figure the numbers out or who sold what.
Okay.
So yeah, that's not a yeah. So as soon as we get that done, so let's just say that everything should be in place by the end of January.
Okay.
Signed document, giving them their deposit and all of that. But
All right.
everything else in place. Yep.
Are we going to have committees for the different people who need volunteers to help them? Like
Yes.
Sister Bridget and Mama Evelyn,
Yes.
they might need someone to help them with what they're doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's where your host and your volunteer and your hosts are.
Yeah.
Registration of people out there showing you what the directions and all of that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can put me down as a volunteer, however, whoever needs some help.
Well, you'll be right there with Mama Evelyn.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Believe me, when I would have shows and stuff, my mama and my Aunt Edie handled my money.
Okay, all right. I know that's right.
And Pam was always that that sound person. She has a whole DJ setup,
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
she would handle making sure that things ran right and such. So yeah, I trust you ladies. And then, you know, we'll have the team. I know I'm figuring Lolly knows so many young people that we can get them involved in it. And I saw how gracious and bossy Lolly can be, which
Yeah, she was good. She was good.
gracious, and they love her. So we want to get those young people involved in making, you know, making things happen.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll get more and more involved in that. Lolly, I need an AV team, and anyone else that may know somebody who does that. That AV team is because we're going to be you know, we might be live on Facebook as on some parts, just to draw people in, but definitely on Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, but on Zoom, where people can buy tickets and come on Zoom. I would need somebody who, and any of y'all might know that these people that really understand AV. If something happens, but that's what that is what they do. So a video person, videography, and photography, and
So
yeah.
question.
Uh-huh.
And are you opposed to, I mean, I think having something on live on Zoom is also really cool, but I also know how much that'll take just to make sure it runs smoothly. Would you be opposed to having a quality recorded video of the conference that people could pay for later, as opposed to watching virtually online at the same time, just in case, you know, there's any hiccups or anything? It's just an idea, but
Well, yeah, we would have, you know, are you saying instead of?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just because if something were to go out and people are like, hey, it went out and I paid for my tickets, and now, like, you know, people get weird sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
and so that, and then it does not necessarily have to be Zoom. There are other platforms that can handle things smoother than Zoom. So no, I'm definitely not opposed to it, because we would do that anyway. Yeah, we would be doing that anyway. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, because things can happen. Yeah. But I know a few people but they're professionals, and that's what they do. I did that for Hug. What was that? Yeah, Hug Detroit. That year we were coming out of COVID, and the guy almost ran out of um, power with his. He hadn't, the place that we were at, we didn't know that they did not have the internet power. And so he had to use his box. And at the end, they ended up having to use my hotspot on my phone. Now, you know how much power that is. You know, they were using my hotspot. So, but they do that all the time. So I get what you're saying, that something could happen. Nope, not opposed to it at all. Mm-mm. Not opposed to it at all. But yeah, there are platforms that are better than Zoom, most definitely. Matter of fact, the class that I was taking, they had all of these, they had all of this whole setup. You know, when you look, there were screens. She had thousands of people on there
wow.
live, live. So we find out what that price is. I love my brothers, but I am focusing on our sisters doing this work, that we are hiring them.
Okay.
But I want somebody who knows what they're doing.
I know that's right.
Yeah. And like somebody had mentioned maybe Specs Howard, or in some of those schools, the high school, colleges, or some programs like what you're involved with, Lolly, where the technical stuff is being taught to them, the more advanced technology is being taught to the students. So, we would definitely be open to that. The price would be better. And you have the instructors that are also, assisting. Okay. Any other things? Anything else?
No, sounds good.
I would like an explanation exactly on what I'm doing in registration. We're doing what? I mean, for people who come in,
They get
sure
the
that they're
armbands.
the
Yeah.
armbands.
Yeah, and they're going to register online, so we're not really dealing with cash.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're checking to make sure they get the
That they pay,
armband, and if we have any material to give them, then they get that and stuff like that. Yes.
Okay.
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 All of us, if we have something, the vending is free for all of us. And so there's the vendors that like the 25 vendors that are in, they would be in the room. And then on the outside in the hallway is where we would be setting up our stuff on the outside, because we can use that. And then the other thing is that the ones that are in the room, we can lock the door overnight. We would have to, take our stuff and put it away and then set up the next day.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've done both there, so
okay, cool.
I have
Uh-huh.
both there. I've been in the room and set up outside the room too. I think I did the last time I was there, it was for Molly Wop. And we were in the hallway.
I could not remember the name of his group, Molly Wop, this morning.
Oh, is that the name of Malik's group? Is he in Molly Wop?
Yep.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, he's the bass player for him.
Okay.
I was a little disappointed in that I did not we did not do our research to introduce him properly and to speak to what he does and what he's passionate about besides music. We were not ready for that. And yeah, so I had to make sure.
I think he knows we're in our infancy. We're learning.
Yes.
We need to get them principles down.
I know,
That's
right?
something just on a personal level. We do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that was like oops. Anyway.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I didn't mean to cough on camera. I mean, or cough on video. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and I would have, had I anyway, whatever. We'll move on from that.
It's all cough, Mama Evelyn. Coughing is okay. Body is working properly.
There you go.
I know that's right.
That's right.
Okay, so what time is it? Okay, we're not gonna go Black History Month. That's not important. Thursdays will be so and I'm just want to stay within an hour 15 minutes at the most. Thursdays will be open. This is their last week. And so I'll be looking for someone or a team that would like to take over Thursdays. Right now, I'm, just in prayer about it and see what, what happens. I'm thinking about what's up. I had a show called What's Up in Detroit, and that would be where we are, where I go out and actually interview businesses at locations.
Oh.
So I know there's an African restaurant that is on Grand Boulevard and Woodward.
Mm-hmm.
And I had asked her when we first started, and I wanted to go in there and film their location, their actual location, go in their kitchen, and talk to her, blah, 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 and then schedule her on to come on so that she's actually there in our, on Grand Rising, but then we roll the film, and let's say it's like maybe whatever the amount of time, 20-minute film or something like that. And but these people would pay for it, so they pay for that time that we're doing that. And like the interviewer would get, let's say it's $250 for, so I'll break that down. The interviewer would get $75 for going out and doing the, what's up or what's coming up in Detroit.
Right.
So, and then the breakdown of stuff. So and because we do, we promote, we would definitely make sure that the flyer and stuff is out for those that person who paid for that time. And then they are also on our they're on our Facebook in the group that, the footage afterwards, but the promo before that. And then it's also listed on our website with a link to their location. So they get all of that for, 200, 250, something like that. And so it's just like putting that package together. That's what I'm thinking about. I have to, there's a lot to consider, in doing it. But we'll never charge people just to come on our Grand Rising Elizabeth show.
Right.
We don't charge you for that, but that Thursday might be the what's up in Detroit. And then I have a website that I use. So they would be on that website. They would also be on the Grand Rising Elizabeth website link to them. So that's what I'm thinking right now. And anyone can do that. Mama Evelyn, you could, book something with somebody in the arts and go and say, I'm gonna come and, so it's not just, me, or anyone could do that. Say, Queen of Dooney, I have a show, I got an idea, I got a friend who is willing to pay $250. And then they get to keep that footage. They get to use that.
Right.
So it's really a good deal. So there that is. So Star and I will be ordering our cups. I'm just gonna say it's $20. And be ready for your cup. And the t-shirt, I think we were doing $25 for the t-shirts.
Okay.
And then you can always order it whenever you just want to order it. But we're going to have a lot. We want everybody having their tea at the conference. So we will have a lot of the cups and stuff for the conference. And we may even consider that being part of their registration. The cost, they get a t-shirt and they get a cup.
Oh.
That's a good promo right there.
I
Everybody
think so.
lifting up, lifting up their cup, and then there's Dr. Nicole. You know, she makes those teas, concoctions and stuff, and maybe we use her tea and in the cup, and everybody, you know, take a sip, because she's doing something where she's doing it for every month, a particular tea for every month. So whatever that May spring tea is, we can use her tea for that.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm complete. Any ideas? Please let me know. Anything that you want to contribute?
Dr. Nicole said yay about the tea.
Yeah, I thought you put your coat on. Where'd you go? That was quick.
I had to go to Jerry's Pizza and pick up some vittles.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Yep.
The brakes on the tractor.
Yeah.
Not familiar with tractors. They come with a
So I'm really excited. I'm excited about it. And I'm excited. I told my husband we get to deliver our baby that weekend.
yay. Yay. I'm excited too. This is gonna be nice.
Yes, I'm telling you. Yeah, really excited. Really, really.
My sister-in-law, she was on the call today from New Jersey. And I was so excited to hear her, you know, see her. I didn't hear her, she didn't say a word, but I talked to her afterwards. But I told her about this show when I was at her home. And I said, please join us. You know, she loved it. She said, this is good, Detroit, even though we talked about Detroit, but she learned something about it, you know.
Yeah. I already told my girl in Chicago, so I don't want to hear no stuff.
Right.
And I'm gonna get my girl from my best friend from childhood from San Diego to come.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. It really is. It really is. And that ceremony, y'all, let me tell you, Danny ain't no joke when she's in action.
Oh, she not. I know she not.
Not at all. So and then all of you are just everybody that's speaking. How come I don't have somebody? I need to put somebody in these two spots right here. Yeah, and it's springtime, so it's like really kicking off something really wonderful.
Yeah, that's true.
So whatever you are about, you should have it being born or birthing whatever that next project within that, you know, have it ready, because all those people are going to be there ready to do it.
Yes,
So ready to take advantage of it. Yeah.
I have a question, Queen. Is there going to be involved?
I didn't hear the whole.
Any fashion show? Are you still going to have I was saying, were you going to have I know for the show we were planning, there was going to be a goddess. Are you still planning on having fashions being done at for the conference at all? I was just wondering.
It was goddess. Yeah, that's who I need to speak to her.
Okay.
Like I got these two spots here. Say, what are who? Yeah, and goddess, because of the young ladies that are, you know, that will be there. And I also have a sister, Kalima Johnson from Sasha.
Yes, she does the locks.
Yeah, that, you know, her Sasha is
Center.
about you know, what do you call sexual abuse and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, definitely, because we have these young people that are coming there. We have a lot of elder people that have not dealt with the stuff that happened to them and stuff. Yeah. So that's it was, because there's two lines here. Say who
That's it. Just
goddess and
got filled.
yeah. I'm telling you, things have been so in sync. You know, the spirit of God is, you know, when we do something in the morning, I'll be doggone, that's that Course in Miracles. Do we
Oh.
not talk about that same thing that when I come down here and I get into this, it'd be the same topic.
Ain't that something?
And then all these times that just recently, I was just about to call you. I was just thinking about you. And
Right.
when I hadn't talked to Queen and them in 10 years, and it just kept coming up, and then it
Wow.
crossed the screen. And I knew it wasn't just an advertisement because it was his son, it was her son. So this is Ali, brother Ali. And I'm like, you guys, you don't know what just happened. And then the conversation took place and stuff. So, and then they will be doing their part in promoting what's going to happen here in the city.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah.
You know, everyone, I'm gonna need to sign off now. I have to get ready to fix dinner for my hubby.
That's right. Well, we're complete anyway. And
Okay.
I will see you ladies in the grand rising.
Yay.
Good night.
Night.
Night.